Hello, friend. Welcome to 10 Bestest, where we sift through the noise so you don't have to. I'm Brian Hart.
I'm Karen McFarland-Holman.
Today, I am going to share a delightful YouTube channel, Pick Up Limes.
Today, I will be talking about mouth-watering chemistry. Let's get to it.
My cool sheet is going to be a YouTube channel, and this channel is called Pick Up Limes. I love the wordplay there. It's got 3.63 million subscribers, 156 videos, but I've just heard about it, which I love. This is such a great thing about YouTube. It's another show based out of the Netherlands, which last week I talked about Not Just Bikes, which was from the Netherlands. So I don't know if it's that algorithm of like, oh, they like Netherlands films, YouTube channels, but I all of a sudden got this one suggested. It's hosted by the beautiful and friendly Sadia. She welcomes all foodies and beautiful souls. She says, welcome to the PUL family. Our mission is to make nourishing plant-based lifestyle accessible to everyone. So she does mostly have vegan recipes and vegan food. Although she does every once in a while do like productivity, like dealing with overthinking or productivity methods. So I love how she sprinkles that in, but mostly it's about plant-based vegan food and how to make this amazing, delicious food. It is so good. So she embarked on a 6-month backpacking trip where she met Robin, on a beautiful beach in Thailand. They traveled together, they created a bond, and she ended up leaving her family and moving in with this guy. And they all kind of thought she was crazy. But she kind of just went for it, and they've been together ever since. I think that was 5 years ago now. And so it talks about the relationship a little bit and how it worked out. She also, since she didn't have a job, she started working on this YouTube channel and blog. The plants, okay, so I already knew we were kindred spirits when I saw the plants in her background. She just has all this ivy and all these plants hanging behind her. It is something that now I have something even more to inspire for. They're so great. Just check that out if nothing else. But she has so many different recipes, meal prep for under $2, cooking skills I wish I learned sooner, breakfast meal prep, tons of different, and like I said, all vegan, but if you are not a vegan, you will get so much out of this. Pick up limes.
I want to see the plants.
Yeah, you're going to have to go. You're going to have to go to our link on 10bestest.com/squidgame to check out that channel. You will love it. Julian will love it.
Yeah.
And it's another one, of course, I've talked about this a lot, but it's the personality, right?
Yes,
I mean, there's tons of good vegan recipes. You can find anything online right now, but it's her personality, her sweet soul, and she's just so loving and friendly.
Awesome.
And then, like I said, even if you're not vegan, I'm not vegetarian, but here's a pro tip. You can get a lot of flavor and really kick up your any meal by watching what vegans do. They are experts in spice, fresh herbs, fresh ingredients. Your size will be on point. Your anything will be so much better because they are masters of it. The bland vegan, like that is so 10 years ago.
No.
Now it is some of the best food on the planet.
Yeah.
And if you want to mix in some meat, that's your prerogative. That's what I do. Just makes it even better.
Yeah.
But I do like eating vegan a lot of the times as well. And now it's because of this. People like this that just share that knowledge and this amazing flavor. It is not what it used to be. It's great.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I'm going to share that with Julian.
Yes.
Yeah, immediately.
They will love it so much.
Yeah, and I'm excited to watch it too.
Yeah,
So thank you.
You'll love it too. You're very welcome.
Excellent. My cool sheet, in this vein of food, I'm going to be talking about kitchen science, and this is another one of those ideas that Brian gave me, and that is to talk about the Maillard reaction. I love the Maillard reaction. This is a chemical reaction between certain types of sugar and amino acids. Amino acids are in proteins, and that creates this Maillard reaction that is so important in many, many foods. As I said, it can't be just any sugar. It needs to be a special kind called reducing sugar. So regular table sugar, which is called sucrose, does not work for this. Instead, fructose, glucose, and others are this reducing sugar. And this means that the sugar itself is easily able to give electrons to other molecules. That's the chemical description of that. This reducing sugar reacts with the amino acids, which explains why this reaction is best known for happening in meats. However, there are many other foods that have protein that you might not think of, such as breads that have gluten, which is a protein. This chemical reaction gives rise to a few different molecules, many of which are brown in color, giving that yummy golden brown crust that we see on breads, or that dark sear that we see on meats. Some people confuse the Maillard reaction with caramelization, but caramelization only requires sugar and is a completely different chemical reaction. They get confused, however, because the browning is similar and the flavors can sometimes be similar as well. One thing that's interesting for both chemists and chefs is that the Maillard reaction occurs much more readily in alkaline conditions. This is the opposite of acidic conditions. For example, acids like vinegar or lemon juice, they have low pH. Pure water is neutral pH, and then alkaline things are like eggs or milk, and they have a pH that's higher than 7. So, depending on how you bring in acidity or alkalinity, you can change the Maillard reaction, you can encourage it, and there are so many possible chemical products that occur that give so many different flavors that are related to the Maillard reaction.
Oh my gosh, so I am so glad that I knew you would explain this way better than I could. And I've been really studying this one a lot because I was like the same, like you said, I was getting caramelization and this Maillard reaction confused because, you know, they, like you said, they essentially are the same thing. So when I caramelize onions, that's caramelization because that's breaking down the sugars and creating this. That's why even a really pungent onion can become this sweet, amazing thing. Gosh, cooking is so wonderful. I think I like it so much because I love to eat, of course, and it's science. It is science, and that's what's so fascinating to me. But I always thought it was a little bit different, and I had no idea just because, you know, I didn't think about it. The bread is the Maillard reaction. So it's so cool. And once you know, it's a big pro tip in the kitchen. When you use one of those two, depending on what you're cooking, it's one of those things that takes that flavor to the next level.
It really does, and there are hundreds of these product molecules that you can get, and then that will depend on what else is in there. What was the temperature? I didn't talk about temperature. That plays a huge role as well.
Sure.
Maillard reaction doesn't happen until you get to 140 degrees Celsius. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit.
We'll put a little graphic up for that.
So the Maillard reaction happens beautifully because then the molecules have enough energy to react together.
So
but
cool.
Once you get above a certain temperature, I think it's about 180-ish centigrade, then you start getting other products which are not so good. In fact, you can get a carcinogen.
Yes.
Acrylamide you do not want that.
Yep.
But caramelization does happen at the higher temperatures. So you need to know what's in there. You need to know what temperature to be at.
Yeah, that's fascinating because, it could be dangerous. And I will say that you can taste it once it gets to the bad part. The nice thing about these, these things that are not good for you, a lot of the times they don't taste great. Sometimes they do. But sometimes they don't. So, but you don't want to, knowing the science behind it, knowing that there's a temperature point can help you a lot to avoid that without just learning the hard way every time.
Yes.
Which is what I used to do. You know, it's just like experimenting. And because I would still eat it, you know, and now I'm like actually eating something bad for me. At the time, I didn't know it was so bad for me.
Yeah, exactly.
That can happen. So cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much
You're
for sharing.
welcome.
It was everything I wanted and more. So,
Yay!
thanks.
My pleasure. So much fun. I love
Yes.
talking chemistry and anything.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us, friend. I'm Brian Hart.
I'm Karen McFarland Holman.
Let us know in the comments, what is your favorite YouTube cooking channel?
And let us know in the comments if you knew what the Maillard reaction was before today's episode.
If you're enjoying the show, please give us a like and share it with a friend.
And stay tuned tomorrow for another fabulous show.
And don't forget to stay curious.